What's up, guys? All right, so we're back with another weekly reaction. Yes, surprisingly, I am being consistent. I don't know what I'm gonna react to these, but I'm reacting now. And shout out to Bones, Stormin, Edgar, Grizz, Bear, everyone who's joined the stream, been watching. Zej, there's a ton of people. Timmy, I'm just naming people off the top of my head. Emmy. Anyway, I just want to thank everybody who's been in here. Remka, Raccoon, uh, Z, Z is the homie. Anyway, also, so I'm gonna first start off this one. I'm gonna react to Valerie's reaction about the pictures because I do feel like she examines the pictures and gives more context. I'm not gonna react to her video though. I'm only gonna just watch the beginning, just because I don't want her to feel some type of way if I react, to the video and her take it personally. Like I'd rather react to the text. I think at this point maybe I'll do video reactions, but I would just hate for another creator to take my reaction the wrong way, and I could see that happening. You know. But anyway, so let's start with the video.
To Weekly Leek 16. We've got more quest and botanist leaks this week, so grab your favorite drink and let's check it out. Just in case you're new here, the Weekly Leak is Fed's weekly dev blog which shares progress on a per team basis, accompanied by
That's fine. We're gonna go to the front cover.
this week,
We all
the
know what the
leak
leak
of the
is.
week is an enigma of possibilities, as it's the maybe leak, which represents Samuel. The leak looks like it has been decapitated, but I think it'll be fine. Right? Maybe? Anyway, let's enhance the primary image. Before we
Oh,
get
she
into
made
the
it colored.
specifics, I
Shit.
just want to say that this room is graphically very impressive.
Okay.
I'm
The room looks sick.
absolutely loving the aesthetic here.
The room looks sick. I like that.
So, what are we looking at?
This in the forest.
Well, I think we're seeing more of the abandoned slash forgotten area of the Mine of Mantaben, which will be
Oh,
featured
really?
in the
The mine's meant to
upcoming
be.
6-star Mine of Mantaben quest. The
Okay.
entire area looks like an abandoned goblin settlement. It looks like it was abandoned once, re-inhabited, and partially rebuilt by less advanced builders before being abandoned once again. I'm saying this because the roofing looks way less sophisticated than the buildings themselves. Either way, this room is thematically similar to the area we've seen in issue 14, which is located somewhere beyond the podium cave, as we've seen in
Yeah,
issue
the room
9.
is looks sick.
Speaking of issue 9,
I love that the
can
mines
anyone
are adding
remember
some
this little
green into
concept
it.
art? Back then, I speculated it was a forge, but it seems we now know what it actually is. We can see that it was in fact some kind of a semi-dilapidated building from this area.
Okay.
Interestingly, the roof tile we saw in issue 9 is also part of this, and it looks like some kind of a constellation. Specifically, it looks like the Taurus zodiac sign. The fact that it also appears to be depicted
Okay.
in bones heavily insinuates that we go to this abandoned settlement on a quest to use our divination abilities as part of the bone right profession to prophesy something, or perhaps find out how to deal with something that's in the mines. Back in issue 7, we saw this concept art of this mythical looking
The
tentacle bull
boar. I remember
dragon
that.
pig. It's not quite a bull, but perhaps this creature is
Boss.
involved in this quest as well, and the Taurus constellations in this area are related to it specifically. Anyway, one of the two constellation tiles in the room appears to be missing a piece of what I imagine to be stained glass. Perhaps we need to find it to unlock something in the room? If we take a look at the teaser image, which has the leak in front of it, we can see more of the same room from a different angle. But we cannot make out much more, other than it appears that this room will have different height levels. The only thing that I can't confidently link in, which we know is involved in this quest as well, is the mysterious device.
Only the Mr.
In issue
Device.
10, we saw a machine that interfaces with it and
Did everyone
opens it,
figure out what the
but
Mr.
many
Device is
believe it to
for?
be a Da Vinci cryptex.
Maybe that's what I should do after this
Perhaps the
24/7 stream till I figure out
mysterious
what the Mr.
device
Device is
is
for.
a map to the Forgotten Settlement. Anyway, with this being part of a 6-star quest, make sure you train your bone right up to level 69 in preparation for it. That was a lot of information for one image, but let's not forget about the secondary image on the front cover.
Is that a botanist?
Here we can see a water pump in Timberwell Green
Okay. Yeah, that looks
and
like
a
the.
player filling up a watering can. Last week, we confirmed that watering cans will be a new tool to be used in the upcoming botanist
Are
profession.
they gonna replace it with the spade
Interestingly,
though?
the watering can this week looks to be of a lower quality than
I
the
imagine they'll
previously
copy the
ones week,
enchantments over.
indicating that this one is the first tier and the other one is the second tier of watering cans. I wonder how many plants we can water before needing to refill it. Okay, let's move on to the teams. Starting with the
Okay, so I'm gonna then switch to just reading the text. All right. So, welcome 16th edition. Project Milestone's ramping up. Development on Botanist being worked on by most of us this week. So let's break it down. If they can pull off Botanist really quickly, I'll feel more confident in the Project Milestone stuff. It just all to me depends how long the Botanist stuff is going to take. Now, if they release Botanist in like let's say a week or 2 weeks, that'll be pretty impressive, I think. And then I think it just depends how like I feel. At least the way I feel about the leaks that I've been reading, assuming they're not just like bullshitting us, like I feel like they are, I don't know, having a little bit more fire lit under them, it feels like. But we'll see. It's kind of how I feel about reading these right now, is they've just been saying like they're trying to ramp up stuff and I don't know. So Andrew's been working on Project Milestone, Botanist Profession. And so the fact Andrew's working on this is probably a really good thing. I feel like if anyone's gonna execute the most, it's probably gonna be him. And then James is working on Project Milestone, Bounties, Safety UK. Like we kind of know this is always going to be ongoing. I just personally, like I said, the last reaction, I feel like they don't need to include this anymore, honestly, because it's kind of a meme now. Like on the British Shores subreddit, there was a Reddit post with the bingo card. Definitely, I'm glad that there's more people, and the fact that Andrew's working on like high level shit like this, like, is good because I feel like he's the one who's gonna, you know what I mean, be able to execute the most on this. Let me get a little bit more light on my face. Okay, because yeah, my other screen was kind of was on Spotify. It's way too dark. Lightly going out. All right, so Ian, or no, sorry, James. Yeah, so James launching this week's game update. Wait, what was this week's game update? I updated the game. I mean, I'm playing right now, and I didn't see anything, and I didn't see a patch notes either. Usually there's a patch notes article too, or like post. Did I miss it? I'm wrong, right? No. I feel like someone would have told me. All right. So Ian, mapping for the next quest, coding for the next quest. That's good. I think that's what the picture is related to. Paul's been working on milestone. Sam's been working on the Hope Forest quest, reading and preparing his weekly leak. Like that's the thing, bro. Is I feel like this is fluff. Like I feel like this is part of your normal duties. Okay, this is just my opinion about the leak right now, and I said this about honestly my last week's reaction. Is like I feel like they don't need to include those two things. You don't need to include this because like is he adding the leak in game? Isn't it already in game when you like get to the login screen? Am I wrong? I don't even know where the logout button is. Is the leak not in game? I thought it was on the. Maybe I should just react to it right here. What the fuck? All right. Actually, we can just react to it in game. Oh, that is the update. Oh, okay, okay. Well, shit. Well, I'm glad News Reaction's live because you guys are filling in. Thank you, Storm. You're filling in gaps that I just like. You know what I mean? I didn't understand. I thought this was already in the game for some reason, but I never actually clicked it. So maybe not. Or I'm just making shit up or hallucinating. Totally possible at this level because I'm at 480 carp. Like I've literally descended into madness. I feel like right now. Anyway, so he said preparing this weekly leak. but him saying reading and replying support requests and customer complaints, like that's just part of their normal job. And the way I feel about the leak is I want updates about things that are like progress on the game, not necessarily like what you're doing for your day to like normal job duties. Is how I feel. You know what I mean? Like that's just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe it's just a difference in, but I just feel like, and mentioning like the UK online safe, unless it's going to actually be finished, or if that's just an ongoing thing, I feel like they don't need to include like ongoing regular job duties. I feel like the league is supposed to be about game updates and progress on game updates. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, take it how you guys want. I don't know. That's just how I feel. If I was running the league, I would not include that stuff because it just seems like fluff, and I don't know. I feel like people don't like reading that because over and over every week. But like I was saying on the subreddit, there's a bingo card about what they're gonna say. Actually, let's share that. Let's just take a dive the subreddit is fuck. You see this? Like this is a meme right now. It says UK online nonsense, free space, less than two changes on progress page, no updates about previously banned projects. Like this is the meme right now in the community. And I just feel like stop including the UK online stuff because like we've kind of get it and we know it's an ongoing thing. I don't know, whatever. So he's working on Project Milestone. Samuel's working on that. Daniel's on Fisher bounties. Harris is on boss coding. Oh, so there's a Chronopolis quest, Montalban, Hope Forest. There's actually two Montalban quests going on, right? Montalban 4-star quests. Okay, cool. Greg's been working on. Shout out to Greg. He's the homie. I've actually talked to him in game a couple times. I haven't seen him in game in a long time, so I feel like he's busy. Nick, botanist, 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 botanist. This is a good sign. To me, that means they're gonna like. This is giving me a lot more confidence in Project Milestone, honestly, overall, because like if they have one, two, three, four, five, like pretty much the entire, like five people. How many more? Six, and I'm assuming Andrew's just basically like managing the team, working on the update, and obviously throwing down too. I'm sure he's that type of person. Um, Six people on their team working on just the botanist stuff, which is a good thing. And he's working on audio for this, so I wonder if they've finished. I want to know why this guy's name is Sloth Leak though. If someone gave me the nickname of Sloth, like I'd be like, bro, what? Do you hate me? See? Like what? Like, I don't know in what environment you want to be called a sloth, unless it's like I don't know, be lazier competition. So honestly, I could pull up the previous infographic, but I'm just gonna like read these verbatim. Like basically, Hope Force, 3-star Hope Force quests is going along. Seems like it's coding audio. I wonder, which stage takes the longest. So they have this Hope Forest 1, 2, 3 star quest. They 1, 2. They have 7 quests in progress though. That's actually more than I realized, honestly. I'm not a quester, so I will just preface these reactions. Like I'm not the biggest quester. Eventually I will finish all the quests, like, but I'm just not the biggest quester, and I am motivated by rewards, so I feel like I hope they have good rewards. Which I feel like they're going to. Because last quest gave like, and they usually add new areas, which is also really cool. I like that the quests are expanding areas of the game. I think that's a good thing. And then basically, Botanist is now encoding graphical, but that's good. I mean, I feel like this is moving along quickly. Like, so it seems like, noobs, what's good? What's good, noobs? Reacting. I'm at 480 carp right now. Actually, I should be clicking, but I actually like. this within for F's sake. So I'm doing a weekly leak reaction right now. So you joined at a good time. So every week I'm just gonna go over the weekly leak and I'm doing a reaction live on stream with everybody just in the chat. You know what I mean? Whoever I'm gonna do it every Monday around this time, and then I post it on YouTube. Yeah, I was actually just saying that they have 6 people working on it, and the fact that Andrew's working on and focusing on that, and he's doing Project Milestone. But the fact that I counted, they have 6 people working on it, and so to me, like if they can pull off Botanist in a week or 2 weeks, like I think that's gonna be I feel like if they can pull off Botany within 2, 3 weeks, they're gonna win back some of the crowd that people that are like, oh, you guys are taking forever for updates. You know what I mean? So I really hope they can pull off Botany and soon. Like it seems like they're far into it. They have 6 people working on it, and if all they have is audio and polishing, like let's just say these two are done by next week, then they just have audio and polishing. So like if based on this and what I'm thinking is like if they can pull this off 2, 3 weeks, that'll be super good. Um, you know what I mean? I think super good, but it seems like that they're starting on like at least the mini games like design. But I feel like they're gonna just focus on these first 3. It seems like they're gonna get Botanist out. Seems like they're moving on this one. Then Bounties is already pretty far along, and they're doing 7 quests right now. And I'm not a big quester, but each of the quests seem to be expanding the map of the game, which is awesome. And then also they're giving rewards. And I'm not the biggest quester, honestly. I've barely done any fucking quests in this game. Like I'm just not a quester. I'm more of a grinder, but like the fact that they have 7 quests in flight is all really good because that means that they're expanding existing parts of the game. Noobs, yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah. You could just start doing cart, bro. You trying to do the last I have 20 more levels for cart before I'm maxed. Then I'll probably come back to the forest when botany comes out because eventually I will probably max the forest, but it's just not a priority for me. Even though I'm like rank 60 in the forest right now. Should I finish the forest? No, I don't know, guys. I'm so fucking indecisive. I've changed my goal like 4 times. But but honestly, so that's kind of the full reaction. Honestly, I was kind of thinking this would come in like 15 minutes. But yeah, so kind of my overall feeling is I feel okay. So first, the last leak, I gave it a 6 out of 10, and a big factor of that was because Samuel really hyped it up, and I feel like it was underwhelming. This because I had no expectations. I feel like I'm happy with the progress of botany, even though I don't agree that this is what should be working on. I still adamantly feel they should still finish combat and then do this stuff. But if they can push out botany and the milestones and these bounties within the next couple of weeks, I think they're gonna win back some of the crowd. And just I feel like good faith with people who play the game. But if they pull off stuff quickly, then I'll feel better about them not doing combat as quick. Because that's my biggest worry. Is like I thought these would take more time, and I think these are going faster than my impression off the leak, right? So I feel like I'm gonna give this leak probably I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. That's my official rating for this week's leak. Is probably 7 out of 10. I feel better about this leak than last week's leak. I think part because of Samuel, there was no Samuel hype. I think it's better that Samuel does not hype these up every week because it just sets you up for failure and sets high expectations. It's better to like it's as fucked up as it sounds. Like I manage some really boring software shit, right? Like I wasn't in the gaming industry, but it's always better to underpromise and overdeliver. You know what I mean? Like that's just my advice. Like if any of these guys I honestly have thought about like it'd be pretty funny if the Fen team actually watches these reactions because they're just watching me dome a blunt and react to the weekly leak, and that gives me honestly a lot of joy. But anyway, that's you know, yeah, that's my review for this week. Is weekly leak. I give it 7 out of 10. I feel like it's better than last week. I feel like it's good that there's no Samuel hype around it. I think overall, it seems like they're moving quickly on botanists and milestones. They have 6 people on the team focusing on just botanists, and I think that's a good sign. You know what I mean? Like it makes me feel better that they're ignoring the combat merge. You know, yeah, and it seems like I don't know. Seems like they're getting the they're getting it running. You know what I mean? Yeah. What up, Timmy? So I'm at the end of the reaction list. But that's my overall feeling. I'll give this one 7 out of 10. I like it more than last week, especially because it seems like a lot of people are focused on botanists, and I realize now that they have 7 quests in flight. And like I'm not a big quester, but 7 quests is good for I think releasing this many quests is good because they keep expanding the game in different parts of the game. But overall, I can't wait for them to get back to combat. I'm hoping that like maybe they'll consider adding combat somewhere in here. Like in my ideal world, they would try to do that before dungeons. But unless it's like a skilling dungeon, and dungeons don't have any combat, which to me is I don't know. Just yeah, it's all early access growing pains. You know what I mean? It's yeah. Hey, yeah. Thank you for everyone chatting in here too while I do this reaction because you guys are filling in the gaps and also helping me talk more about it. And like, I want to keep these going every week. Every Monday, I'm just gonna record my reaction.